Hello, everyone. This is Matthew Brandt. Thanks for tuning in. I am the author of Magnum Creed. If you haven't checked it on Amazon, it's available in digital and print version. And this is a podcast format, even though it's just a YouTube channel. So if you want to do something else with your hands, feel free. I don't need to know what you're doing with them. Moving on. If you are not familiar with the hate that a lot of billionaires are getting, right? Because a lot of people are saying all these corporations, they're evil, they're terrible, they suck all the money, the 1%, whatever. I understand it when it comes to a few of them, right? You have Amazon, I'm sorry, not Amazon. You have pharmaceuticals, hospitals, banks, and insurance companies, right? So with those four, pharmaceuticals, hospitals, banks, insurance companies, you're kind of forced to deal with them. And if they overcharge, there's not really much you can do about it, right? So what are you going to do? It's not even like you get to see competitors or for the prices they charge and stuff like that. You don't find out until after you get the bill. Sometimes you may barely make it past your life, and after you see the bill, you want to commit Japanese ritual suicide because of how high it is. It's insane, and it doesn't cost that much to fix you. It doesn't cost, the insurance companies and all this stuff. They just milk you for everything they have. The banks don't pay interest anymore, but they charge a lot higher and ridiculous amount of interest on people who take loans. All these things, I mean, it's really weighing down on the American public, but companies like who are the richest, like, people in Amazon, Google, Facebook, all that stuff. I understand that it's kind of crappy. It feels like they hoard all the money. They're the 1%, whatever. But when you really think about it, if you don't like them, don't use their services. Don't give them money, right? If you don't like Amazon, don't spend money on Amazon. If you don't like Google, don't spend time on Google. If you don't like, all these companies are really usually marketing companies anyway. Facebook, Google, Twitter, Instagram, with all that stuff, they're marketing companies. And if you don't like them, don't spend your time on them, because all they're doing is showing you, they're making money by showing you ads. And if you don't look at them anymore, they make less money. And then you can spend your money on local people, local advertisement companies, buy your local magazines, your local bookstores. Do that stuff. That puts money back in your economy. When you do that, you're way closer to somebody who's actually going to hand you a paycheck one day. But when you spend money on these big corporations, they're so far away that you're never, ever, that money doesn't go back into your community. Yes, they'll have places that have jobs, right? Like Amazon, all those businesses will have jobs. And I'm not saying don't buy there, but if you don't like them, then why are you giving them your money? Go to a small business, your local business, your personal owner. These corporations, these large franchises and all this stuff, it's not that they don't take care of their people when you work there, but that doesn't, like, in the long run, your community is the worst for it, because the big paycheck, the major paycheck, is not going back into your city, your township, your county, whatever. The major paycheck, the vast majority of the money you spend, is going somewhere else. And that's unfortunate, but that's just how it is, especially if you buy online. Where's that money going? The only reason these online companies can pay people more is because they're making so much money. You can't even, you know what I'm saying? They just have hordes of it, and they can pay more. But when they buy stuff, it's not like if you live in, I'm just going to say like Detroit, right? If you live in Detroit and you're sending money to someone in California, that money's not, send $100, maybe 10 cents of it is going to come back to Detroit. The 99 or yeah, the $99.90, that's going over to California of the profits. So keep that in mind. And it's not that you can't buy from them, but if you don't like them, you're the ones making them rich. You're the ones making them billionaires. Now, some people are saying, well, it's okay that they're billionaires, but, we just pay more in tax. We just want them to pay more taxes. Okay. Well, two things are going to come from that. If you tax them too much, they'll just leave, because there's tons of countries that would love to have themselves to be the center for Walmart, Amazon, and Google. Google's already trying to, open shop in India. They already have done quite a bit over there, but I mean, if they decide to one day just completely transfer their company over, then not only did you lose all the money, you lost the business too and a lot of the jobs. What do you do then? Or two, they're just going to weasel their way through the system, and all those heavier taxes are really just going to go down on the middle class. And three, let's say you do tax them a lot. Okay, then they go out of business, and then now you've lost a whole lot more jobs, because those jobs with a lot of money employ a lot of people. Now, I'm not saying you have to spend money there because they're America's only hope. But instead of wanting to tax them more, why not just spend less money there and more money in your neighborhood place? Because the issue is, once your neighborhood grows big, right? Once you get a company that gets big in your area will bloom, right? Your area will flourish. It will bloom. There will be bad things that come along with it, but and for the most part, the people who own property there, the people who live there, their lives will be so much better off for it economically. Where places that don't have businesses that are blooming and large corporations that are blooming there, they're stuck with small businesses, and it's good. But when those small businesses can't grow, a lot of people are left without jobs, and those small businesses take the burden of all those taxes that you pass to take down those bigger businesses, or just to suck out some, make the bigger businesses more fair. Like, those taxes are going to hit small businesses too. A lot of people don't realize that. There isn't really a tax plan that doesn't hit small businesses along with big businesses. A lot of people say, oh, well, no, this is only if you're a billionaire over. That's already there. That tax plan is already, like, they pay a huge amount of taxes already. You can't up it anymore. The problem is they weasel through the system, but they do it through charity. They drew it through donations. They drew it through whatever little, stuff they come up with to weasel their way. They're going to continuously do that. So if you take those options away from them, then there's less people donating to charity, less people holding organizations, less, stuff that they have going, nonprofits and whatnot. They'll have less, and it'll go straight to the government. And then how confident are you that the government is then going to take that money and spend it better than the non-government? Basically, how confident are you that the government is literally going to take that money and use it to your benefit? Be honest with yourself. If I don't care who I don't know who, I know Democrats are the ones who usually advocate for this. So let me give you an example. Bernie Sanders, right? A lot of people love, if they're for this kind of thing, they love Bernie Sanders. But here's the deal. How confident are you that if Bernie Sanders gets elected, right, as president for 4 to 8 years, how confident are you that, one, while he's president, really, even if it's because it's not all up to him, right? We have checks and balances. How confident are you that when he's president, if that tax bill does pass, the money is actually going to go where you believe it should go to? Two, how confident are you that after he's president, that money is going to go to where you really believe it should go to? Be honest with yourself about that. Thanks for tuning in. If you listened all the way through, God bless you. You're a patient soul. Once again, please feel free to check out my book, Magnum Creed, on Amazon. It's really just a gun book, but it also talks a little bit about freedom too. I think it's really important, and I think it's important we think about these things, because I feel our younger generation really, they don't have time to read. They don't have time to pay attention to the nuances of stuff. They just get little clips and tidbits, and it's tricking them. They're being tricked. And when you break their system of belief, they freak out. They're just short of foaming at the mouth. Millennials, this is me included. I'm a millennial. We're stupid, right? Don't get me wrong. We're stupid because we haven't had to deal with a lot I think the smartest millennials are usually people who've been taken from a really bad situation and moved to a better one. But otherwise, you're either, they've either been in such a sucky situation that they're surrounded by it and they don't know anything else, or they're in such a good situation that they're so spoiled they don't understand what it's like on the bad side of the tracks, and they have a skewed perspective. So, I think, but I think the younger generation Z, or whatever you want to call them, they know. I mean, they, like I said, they foam at the mouth almost when you break the way they've been thinking the whole time. They have breakdowns. They have emotional spasms. It's weird. And am I the only one who thinks that's weird? Like, because when I hear stuff, and when I know people my age who hear stuff, we go, "Damn, huh? I didn't think of it like that." But when they freak the hell out. So you let me know what you think. You comment. If you think this is relevant, or you think this made any sense, feel free to share it, like it, whatever. It takes some time to make these, and I'm trying to get by just like everybody else. So, like I said, if you like it, please like it. Feel free to share it if you want to. But if you disagree, please leave a comment. Let me know. I'm not. I can be argumentative sometimes, but I'm not really hostile or anything. So much love to you. Hope you have a blessed day. Peace out.